Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2020 Netflix action film, The Old Guard. Now this is a film that is directed by Gina Prince Blythewood and it stars Charlize Theron, Kiki Lane, I'm probably going to butcher some of these names or the pronunciations of them, Matthias Schoenaerts, Marwan Kenzari, Harry Melling and Luca Marinelli. Now this is an action film that is supposedly based on some well-known graphic novels. I haven't read them, I haven't seen them, so I can't give you any real comparison of that. And this film focuses on a group of immortals basically that is led by Charlize Theron, who essentially try and do like these mercenary jobs, and they pick and choose jobs that they feel are useful to the world, or they feel like they're doing something useful, and they are essentially betrayed by a character played by Harry Welling who wants to capture them and experiment on them in order to unlock their secrets of immortality. And as you can imagine, Charlize Theron and her group of immortals aren't going to stand for that. And as a side story, there is a new immortal played by Kiki Lane who has just awoken, if you like, and Charlize Theron and her group feel like they need to track her down and bring her into the fold and protect her at this very frightening time for her. So that's essentially what this movie is about. Now, what are my thoughts on The Old Guard? Well, it's a pretty decent action film. That's one thing to say. I think Charlize Theron is just so good in these roles. She's proven it time and time again in these action-heavy roles. She's badass. She can really take on these action scenes and do them really well and make them immersive and believable. And she carries this film expertly. She's very good in this film. Her other team of immortals, less so. They've a little bit less personality, and to say that they've been alive for centuries, I mean sometimes far more with some of them, you know, you'd think they would be a little bit more, I don't know, worldly wise, I don't know, interesting maybe, and they're not really. The best character other than Charlize Theron here is Kiki Lane's character, this new immortal who is a soldier serving in Afghanistan, I think, who gets killed in the line of duty and then awakens up and is an immortal. She plays a really good role, and that's an interesting arc to this film, the fact that they've got this new immortal that they have to teach the ropes, if you like, and she's not particularly keen on that idea. Who would be, I suppose, for the most part. So that you think is going to be the main storyline of this film, this new immortal waking up and them kind of teaching them the ropes, and it isn't really. I mean, the main storyline here is literally that bad guy played by Harry Melling, who you may recognise from the Harry Potter films, who plays like this, I don't know if he's I can't remember what he does, some kind of scientist guy who, you know, he wants to experiment on them to exploit their immortality and learn the secrets. And it's I wouldn't say it's a dull storyline, it's just not particularly well executed, that storyline, if you like, and it's a tad predictable. There are elements of this film that are tad predictable. You are given this information that yes, they are immortal, but there will come a point where they will just die and their wounds will not heal, and you're thinking, oh right, okay, that's going to play out at some point in this film. There are other little tips and tricks as well that it shows. It shows some past life type stuff, you know, like centuries previous. It showed another immortal that was inseparable from Charlize Theron and dunked at the bottom of the ocean, and you kind of thinking, is there a reason they're showing that? And lo and behold, yes, it kind of plays out. So it kind of holds your hand and leads you down this garden path, if you like. It's not particularly going to stretch your brain muscles watching this film. It's pretty, you know, by the numbers follow this path, this is the film you're going to get. However, it's executed really quite well. The action scenes are slick, fast, brutal, fun to watch, so it never really becomes a bore. I mean, a film that is quite predictable and not particularly inventive in this genre, if they don't pull off certain aspects of the film, it's just a bore and you just turn off. However, because Charlize Theron's so good and there are a couple of other actors that are pretty decent, it works, you know, and it's very, very entertaining stuff, and it's very nice to watch, and there are some nice action set pieces. I wouldn't go as far as to say they are as slick and entertaining as something like John Wick, but that's the kind of thing they're aiming for, I would suggest here. It's very smooth and slick, and you know, and each connecting to the next, one kill connecting to the next kill, all that kind of stuff. There's a betrayal that takes place that I didn't see coming, which was quite nice, but that not to say that it wasn't particularly well hidden, I guess. It's just I didn't expect it. I suppose you probably might pick it up because it is quite a predictable film. But for a nicely made, interesting, fun action film, this is certainly it. It ain't gonna win any awards for originality or anything like that, but to say it's on Netflix, if you're looking for a decent action film, something new to watch, you could do far worse than this. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I was quite entertained with it. I thought it was pretty decent. So that is my review for The Old Guard. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it useful. If you did, don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're new, of course. And I will, of course, be back with more reviews on Screen Stars very, very soon.